The notion that the science on climate change is a lie to manipulate Christians is a misconception that has gained traction in some circles. This idea is often perpetuated by those who believe that the concept of climate change is a hoax designed to control people's beliefs and behaviors, particularly those of the Christian faith. However, this claim is not supported by factual evidence and is, in fact, a misrepresentation of the scientific consensus on climate change. Climate change is a well-documented phenomenon that has been extensively studied by scientists from various disciplines, including meteorology, oceanography, geology, and biology. The overwhelming majority of climate scientists agree that human activities, such as the burning of fossil fuels and deforestation, are significantly contributing to the increase in global temperatures. This is not a matter of opinion or speculation, but rather a conclusion based on decades of research and data analysis. The scientific consensus on climate change is supported by numerous lines of evidence, including rising global temperatures, shrinking ice sheets, and shifts in the timing of seasonal events. Additionally, climate models have consistently predicted the observed changes in the climate system, providing further evidence of the human impact on the environment. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change (IPCC), which is composed of thousands of scientists from around the world, has concluded that it is extremely likely that human activities are the dominant cause of the observed warming since the mid-20th century. Despite the overwhelming scientific evidence, some individuals and groups have attempted to discredit the science on climate change by claiming that it is a plot to manipulate Christians. This claim is often based on the idea that climate change is being used as a pretext to impose socialist or communist ideologies on society, which is seen as being in conflict with Christian values. However, this argument is flawed, as the science on climate change is not driven by political or ideological motivations, but rather by a desire to understand and describe the natural world. In fact, many Christian denominations and organizations have acknowledged the reality of climate change and have called for action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and promote sustainability. The Vatican, for example, has issued statements emphasizing the moral imperative to address climate change, and many Christian leaders have spoken out about the need to protect the environment and promote social justice. Furthermore, the idea that climate change is a hoax designed to manipulate Christians is often based on a flawed understanding of the science and a lack of awareness of the underlying data and research. Many of the arguments presented by climate change skeptics have been debunked by the scientific community, and the evidence supporting the reality of climate change is overwhelming. In conclusion, the notion that the science on climate change is a lie to manipulate Christians is a misconception that is not supported by the evidence. The scientific consensus on climate change is clear, and the evidence supporting the reality of climate change is overwhelming. Rather than being a plot to manipulate Christians, the science on climate change is a call to action to address a critical issue that affects us all, regardless of our faith or ideology. By acknowledging the reality of climate change and working together to address its causes and consequences, we can promote a more sustainable and equitable future for all.